What's up, Cappy Crew? The other day, I went to locals at my local card shop and played One Piece with one of my friends. And in round 3, I was versing him, and he was playing Foxy. And Foxy is literally the worst card of all time. It made my head spin. And so I thought, what if I made a deck that really just frustrated people to the point where they tilt and then I win? Because honestly, we're done playing nice. It's OP13, Emu and Ace and Roger are out there, so we gotta make sure that we play as frustrating as possible. Well, friends, welcome to my ONAMI build, because we're playing Wano package. So if you want to go ahead and just skip to the games, the link is down below. But if you want to jump into this deck profile, we're going to get right into it right now. So first off, we got Nami. You know, we've seen what she does. On your turn, you can activate the effect when a life card leaves any life area. You just draw a card if you have 7 or less cards in your hand. This is a super great way to keep a lot of hand size because you're just playing with your own life cards, you're trying to get the other one's life cards, all that jazz. Super solid. And then Dawn times 1 on opponent's attack. You may trash 1 card from your hand and the leader gains 2,000 power during this turn. Now, let's jump into the support cards. First off, we got a brand new OP13 card. We got Otama. This thing is the one that got Blue Nami banned. It's so good. 2k counter, 1, just play it down. Got 3 or less life cards, draw 2, trash 1. Insane, and it's really good in this deck. Next, we got Nojiko. Now, you're probably thinking, Cappy, why only 2 Nojikos? Well, that's because there is a lot of stuff that Nojiko just doesn't hit anymore. Like Emu, Nojiko is useless. In the Ace matchup, a lot of the, like, you can bounce the Marco back, but that's it. Like, it's just the Marco. And even against like Roger and stuff, he was playing a lot more bigger bodies. Nojiko is not super effective, so we dropped her down to 2, but she's still really good. You play her, you can bounce a opponent's character with a cost of 5 or less back to their hand. So really solid card. Next, 3-Eyed Girl, Charlotte Pudding, the bomb. We love her. You love her, or you hate her, but she's great. It's undeniable that she's amazing, so we got her in here. Next, we only got 2 Marcos. You could bump this up if you want. I only have 2 because I only have 2. And the reason, so when I build these deck profiles, I'm kind of trying to like brainstorm what I might want to bring to locals. If you can afford 4 Marcos, put them in there. I think that's fine. However, 2 is solid enough, I think, especially because of this card, Yamato. This one's a brand new from OP13 as well, and it is a 5 cost, 6k power, 1k counter with the on play. If you have 3 or less life cards, draw 2 cards, then give a rested Dawn to your leader. Absolute insanity, because you could take an early hit, and that's fine. You have to make sure that you take the early hit. But then you play this out on curve, and you can still use your leader ability. You can still swing in for 6, and you just draw 2 cards straight up. It is like the other card that I had in this slot was the Blue Nami. The Blue Nami blocker that is a draw 3 trash, or put 2 on the top or bottom of the deck. And I think that's good, but the fact that this one actually just draws 2 cards straight up, I think it's better. It's better. And then also on curve, you get to detach the Dawn, so you can still use leader effect. You couldn't do that with the other Nami. And so overall, I think this Yamato is actually better paced for the Nami. And it's Wano searchable, which will come into play. Next, we got Kazuki Odin. We're running 4 of him because he's basically our win con. We want to play him out and then just keep smacking our opponent down. He's just so good. You can't get rid of him. And then he pairs nicely with ONAMI. This is the combo that I dream about at night, is playing out that ONAMI, giving Odin banish, smack, and ONAMI can literally just bounce back to your hand. So good. Next we have Edward Newgate. I think that you could bump him up to a 4 of as well. But and maybe even take out this Momonosuke blocker to do that. He's so good, though. He's brand new, 10 cost, 12k power blocker, draw 2, trash 1, and then give your leader and a character 2 rested Dawn cards. So you can still use your leader ability, which is super solid, and then you can also swing in really tall with something else and establish a huge blocker. This helps stall the game drastically, and as Nami, your whole strategy basically is to stall the game until you can get in your Odin swings, until you can get in these big swings with like Nami, Yamato, Odin. That's the win con, and this helps stall the game out big time. Next, we run 4 Yamato. This is just a super solid Wano searcher, and that you can swing in with 2 Dawn. Not necessarily ideal, but it's also a good target if you're playing the Momonosuke. You can use the Yamato and then bounce the Yamato back into life and then use her again. So really solid with this Momonosuke blocker. We run 4 copies of Onami because she is not searchable. She's not Wano. I always forget it, but she's not a Wano type card. So we run 4 copies. She's 2 cost, 3k power, 1k counter, on play. Give up to one of your leaders or characters banished for the turn. She's got a trigger. KO up to one of your opponent's 5 cost or lower characters. So that trigger is extremely strong. It's a lot of stuff. But mostly we want to play her for that banish. Being able to put banish on Odin and then swing like nuts is so freaking fun. Very good. Next, we got the Hiyori, Kika, and Ojo combo. We run 4 of both because they're so good. This is the PRBO2 Otama that we're running. And the reason why we're running it is it's a searchable 2K, but it can be effective if you don't have a Hiyori. You can play out the Otama, and then on turn 2, you can use the Otama, take a life card, which then means you also draw another card, and then you're at 8k and you can swing in. Very, very strong little combo there. It does go down on life initially. You gotta take your own life, but if you already played out Yamato, you already played Otama, you can heal pretty easily. And you can also heal pretty easily with this Hiyori. This is a brand new card from OP13 too. It's blocker, 4 cost, 0 power, 1k counter. With an on KO, you can trash a card from your hand. And if your leader is multicolored, which we are, we get to then add the top of the deck, the card on the top of the deck, to the top of our life cards. So this is just really, really cool, and I love that art with what is that, Kawamatsu back there, big chillin'. Next we run the Momonosuke. Solid. We've talked about him. He bounces things to life and he's a blocker. And then I experimented a little bit with this card. It is one of those counters where you can just activate it and give your leader 3k power, but it's got a main. You can arrest one of your Dawn cards, and if you have 1 or less life cards, when your leader attacks, your opponent cannot activate blocker during this turn. So, at the end of the game, you're faced up against a bunch of new gates. They're everywhere. So many new gates. But if they don't got any cards, you put this thing down, boom, finish the game off with your leader. So solid. And then, of course, 1 Red Rock, 1 Gravity Blade. Removal isn't very strong right now, but it's still good, like against Ace in particular, the Red Rock. Yeah, you might consider bumping this up some. Gravity Blade is good against decks that go wide, but there's not too many that go wide that aren't Emu. And Emu, this card is completely useless. So maybe even consider dropping Gravity Blade for another Red Rock. But I just kind of run with this. This is my basic here. Anyways, that is the deck list. Like I said, the strategy is to be as annoying as possible. We have so many blockers. We have so much healing. We draw so many cards in between Yamato and Marco and Otama. Like, we are constantly, our hand is huge, and we end up getting a bunch of 2Ks that we can just boom, 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 get out of stuff until we set up for Odin and then finish the game. Let's get into some games. All right, we are going up against Pizza Sauce, and he's playing Gol D Roger. Now, this is a pretty solid hand here to start. I enjoy all of this. All of this is pretty solid. We got the Nojikos to bounce back stuff, Yamato for 5 Dawn, 6 Dawn. We got a Red Rock. All of this will be very, very solid. We're going to go ahead and play out the Otama and pass the turn. The goal being we use Otama, take a life, go up to a bajillion K, use our card action to draw, and then bada bing, bada boom, you know, so on and so forth. Here they're going to go into 7, and I don't feel like giving them my entire hand, so we're just not going to block it. All right, so here we can take the bottom life. It was an Otama. We will be at 8k. We can swing in for 8k, take a life, and then play out Marco and pass the turn. Bada bing, bada boom. That's pretty good, pretty solid. We got to draw some cards, and now when we see our Momonosuke, we can pop Otama back into life. No big deal, no sweat on forehead. And so we basically healed that way, and kind of mitigating. We get a little bit of early game pressure from the Otama at our expense, but then we mitigate that early game pressure later. And see here, it's basically a pseudo blocker too. You kind of have to swing into it, so that's fine. We'll just play out this Otama before we do the Momonosuke later. Assuming we pull a Momonosuke. Hope we freaking pull a Momonosuke. Here, we can go ahead, since we're at 2 life, go ahead and play out the Yamato. And then, yeah, give a Dawn card. We'll swing in for 6, and then we'll play out the Searcher Yamato. Hopefully we find a Momonosuke. If we don't, that is perfectly fine. Okay, they're going to counter out. And perfect, we did find it. So we can play that later, and we're going to go ahead and pass the turn for now. We have a ton of cards in our hand. Very, very... We're flush with cards. Now, we could lay out the Nojiko here, too, to bounce back Bullet. But we don't have to do that either. He's gonna be a 10. He's gonna be a 10 Dawn next turn. That's crazy, man. Why they ramp like that? Oh my gosh, you keep ramping. You keep doing that ramp thing. Play the Inarashi and another Bullet. And then he's gonna swing in for 6. If he does that. Oh, swinging for 8 first. Oh, he's already at 7k. Wow. Yeah. Tell you what. Let's go ahead and give up one of these. Then no blocker, give up one of these. And now if they can't, they have to attach a Dawn to swing in. Yep, I'll resolve that. Haha. No harm, no foul there. Here we swing 6 into 6, because I'm pretty sure he's 7k now. So it don't make too much sense to do that. Go ahead and drop it down this Hazuki Odin. And we will still go ahead and, I mean, it's not going to do anything, but attaching the Dawn means that we can use the next thing. He should just resolve this. Yeah, there we go. So, here we have some solid plays. They're probably going to play the promo Roger, is what I expect. Maybe the Silver's Rayleigh. Maybe the 10 cost purple Roger. Okay, Shanks. Shanks, that is a solid one for sure. I do think that I would like to attempt to save this. We're gonna do no blocker. And this Shanks is gonna get red rocked. He has to. We can't have our guys being so low on power. Oof. Saving it sucks, but I think that is what we do. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna take a very utility-heavy turn next turn. Oh, we're gonna... Yeah. And then here we can block. And draw 2 cards. Perfect. And we got the Marco. That's fantastic. Here, what we'll do is just red rock the Shanks. So that we don't have to deal with that nonsense anymore. Then we can do that. And I think then we basically only get 2 swings, including Odin. I do not want Odin to die. I don't want to swing with him, actually. So in that case, we will just swing 7 and then pass. We can ask for a card, but not everything. Yeah, and he gives us the bullet that we bounced back. Not too bad there. Not too bad there. He's still at 10 Don. He's got some big characters. I mean, I'm expecting the 9K guys coming down, you know? Those big Rogers. Okay, the Silver's Rayleigh. Got Rush, and he's going to go ahead and rest the Yamato. I mean, we could save it. But then he's just going to swing into it again with the Silver's Rayleigh. Not worth. Not worth. Now, it's very dicey to go down. But we have to go down a little bit. Just not everything. Okay. We've pulled a new gate. Okay, I think that Newgate is good here. We'll go ahead and... who do we want to trash, actually? Maybe with no counter. Momonosuke. Yeah, here we go. We will go ahead and swing in 10 to 9 against the Rayleigh. I don't want... I mean, I'm sure they save it. But, oof. Sucks. They'll probably take this. Oh, counter that too? Interesting. My thought process being, we can probably save Odin with enough counter for one swing, and then with Newgate for another. Is what my thought process is there. He's at 7, so we just give no blocker, and then a 2K, and then a 1K. I assume they're going to swing. Okay, here we just block, and then give a 2K, and then a 1K. Actually, we're going to use card action and get rid of some things. There we go. Hopefully that doesn't completely bite me in the butt. But you got to do what you got to do. Now, we go hard in the paint, okay? I'm thinking we do something along... Okay, I need to save 1 Dawn for Nami. Something along these lines right here. 13 to 12. They let it go. Thank goodness. And then we swing again into Rayleigh. And then we attach it on. Ass, baby. We gotta make sure that we still don't lose our last life, because a Gol D Roger will completely screw us over. We just cannot go up against that. There's no way. So we gotta be careful. Luckily, we were able to establish our two meatiest guys. And now we just kind of gotta play annoying enough that hopefully nothing bad happens to him. Okay, this is going to give the Newgate minus 8k. Interesting. So I'm punished if I block this. He really wants to swing in at lead. Can we get out? Should we get out? We can go to 7, 9, 11, 12. We can empty our hand and keep the life. I think we do it. I think we do it. Because I do not want to drop down to 1 life, and I do not want to lose my guy. My boy, basically. You feel me? We're going to go ahead and drop him down. We'll use the card action. We'll take a life. And then we'll add it right back. And now we know it's an Odin. That sucks. But we pull a card, which is perfect because now we can deploy said card. Then, is it better to go 9-9? I think so. I don't have a card to even like really trash, so I think it might be better to go 9-9. I mean, I guess the Hiyori that I'm about to pick up, but we need the card to trash for the life for the other Hiyori, so I think this is fine here. Go ahead and pass the turn. They cannot play that 10 cost Roger. He won't necessarily work. So they might be hurting for plays. They might have a lot of ramp heavy stuff in their deck right now. I'm very curious to see what he plays out here, because I feel like we dealt with a lot of the meat there with the Shanks and the Rayleigh. Here they play out the Scopper Gaban, and this is just going to draw to trash one because the Dawn they have a full Dawn deck. Okay, so they get rid of an Arashi. Then I'm expecting what? Sheesh, 11 at lead probably here. That's not enough. I'll just block it with Newgate. That's a tempo saver right there. That is the tempo saver. Okay, interesting. We will trash. And still we block with Newgate. Kill Nekomamushi, kill my Hiyori. That's a mage. Okay. They're like, it's not even worth it. We could play out Kiku. I think we might have to play out Kiku is the problem. Actually, first, let's go 9. If I don't have to play Kiku, I don't think I will. Because I'm hoping to draw a card here. If they take life, then I get to draw a card. Yes. Okay. Interesting. I don't think we were able to restand him this go around. I just don't think that's going to happen. I think we play out the Yamato, though. Okay. We could load Kiku into life now. That might be a better place for her. Take bottom life, use him to go to 7. Put Kiku on top. and then swing in for not 8. Okay, I don't know where I thought 9. Okay, and then we'll go to 2K. That's not too terrible, I don't think. We got a heal. We got a card. We can go to 7, but it's gonna be dicey. It's gonna be dicey no matter what happens here. Still not optimal to play the Gol D Roger, the 10 cost. Scopper to Don is like just enough to be annoying. The biggest problem, yeah, we will go ahead and go up to 7 for sure. No qualm there. Okay, they could still have the promo Roger. But if they do, we only have to worry about 2 more swings. But I would hate to lose this Odin. If they don't play a blocker, though, they might be screwed if they don't get rid of Odin. We shall see. Okay, into Odin. We'll block. And then I'm assuming like they'll unload into Odin. Or they might try to take out the new gate. Okay, Odin. That is fine. And bada bing, bada boom. You pull another Odin. That's kind of crazy. I think it might be worth, though, to actually lay out another one of these guys. Yeah, get rid of a Kikunojo. And then, yeah, do something along these lines here. You can go 7 at lead. I think we go 7 into Gabon. 7 then 8. Gonna try and clear board here. I think is the call. Yeah, there we go. Sweet. Now the question is, here's the question. Did we go into Itarashi? I think so. This could maybe not. Nah, we'll pass. Because like we can trash some stuff to get out of an Itarashi swing, I'm sure. It seems like a low value play. Okay, another Gabon. And draw 2, trash 1. They're looking for something. I think we might be able to go for it. Okay, they trashed the Shanks. We might be able to hit like a truck this next turn here. Ooh. In between Nami, Yamato, and our 2 new gates. Let's see. I mean, it sounds pretty devastating to me. Did we load a Kikunojo into life? I don't remember. Gotta pass. I think they saw the Yori and were like, yeah, they did. I don't remember if it's there or not. Okay. Interesting. I think that we swing tall, baby. Perhaps we still play this just in case. And then do something like 8 at lead. And then 9 at lead. And then if they take, we start swinging our new gates too. At this point, I think we might be able to survive something really devastating. Okay, they're unloading. All right, maybe we don't bring him down to 0 though, because of the Gol D Roger. Oh, it doesn't look like we're gonna be able to anyway. Swing one more. There we go. And oh yeah, don't mind if I do. I'll take that. And pass. So we still have 2 blockers. We have the Hiyori. And we can get rid of the Slave Arrow to then heal. So that's completely ideal. We can chuck Odin to go to 7. And then we can also have this Otama to go to 9. Yeah. Swing, baby. Come at me, brother. See, I'm nervous to go too crazy. Yeah, let's do it. We know that we can get out of this swing, so we should. And now we have plenty of counter. They do not have enough swings to end the game, for sure. This next block is the Hiyori block. Hopefully they don't have a Nekomamushi. Because that little guy, that little stinker, he's really good against this. He's really good against this. Man, they're struggling though. Let me tell you though, these games with Blue Yellow Nami, Blue Yellow Nami is so good at just stalling out. It is crazy. Just like how much it stalls. See, they did not even swing because they knew about the Hiyori. Oh my goodness. Okay. I think here that I was like, I wonder if we can go just like 17-17. But I'm nervous that won't be enough. So we have to hit 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have Slave Arrow. Oh, we'll go ahead and use the card action. Cool. We will swing in with Yamato for 11. And just like that, GG to my opponent. Good game. See, I knew they had that Roger in there. Good, yeah, GG. I knew they had that Roger in there. And this deck runs a lot of high-end bricks. So if you see a lot of the low end, it's unlikely they have anything besides these counter events. They really rely on being that 7k leader. But if you can eventually get over it, I mean, it's GG. This deck can stall out like crazy. And you just play these blockers, you just swing in big and then just hold off and heal. And if we did have the Kikunosha with life, we were basically set this game. GG to my opponent. Good job, Pizza Sauce. And on to the next one. All right, we are playing up against an Emu. And Emu is such a difficult matchup, but I think that we can do it. I have faith in this build. Actually, I'm having less and less faith in this build. It's really hard. It's really hard to pull off correctly. Now we're going to go ahead and keep. Because we have the plays. We got the plays to make. I think that it actually works best if we Otama first. Yeah, they're gonna go ahead and search. And what are they gonna find? Hey, Peter. Hate that guy. Freaking hate that guy. What a lame guy. Alright, draw a card. Perfect. You know, we don't have to. Maybe we find a Kiku. Yeah, find Kiku. And then we can take here, load Kiku, and then we'll be good. No, it's not. It's if your opponent's life is 3 or less. We just have to hit him. Hit him. You just gotta hit him once. They just drew 5 elders. I wonder if we pudding. Just get rid of it. Just get rid of it entirely. That might be it. That might be the play. Here, have a Hiyori. And then that counter event. I think it's counter event. maybe. Gravity Blade is so worthless. It's so worthless in this matchup. It's crazy. Let's go 7 into the leader. Trying to get them to take 1. Dang. Alrighty. Oh. Got it now. It means you don't have it later. Next turn, they're going to play out a character. So I feel pretty confident that we can do this. Wow. Get all of our events out of the way because we're never going to need to use them ever. So that's fine. We can trash these guys because they're already at 9 cards in trash. So nothing can be KO'd. Nothing can be KO'd. Not a big deal. We just have to... yeah. Unless they play out a 10 cost 5 Elders card and then don't do anything. But they have the empty throne, so they should be doing it immediately. Did Saturn just pick up another Saturn? Yeah, it did. Alright. Interesting. Jay Garcia. So I think our next strongest play is actually just hitting it. We just loaded the Kiku into life. It's not gonna work. Let's get rid of this and a Iori. And pass. Boom. Okay. Nice. I think we go 7 at lead again. And then hopefully they do take this one. I think that they will. I'd be surprised if they counter it out. Yeah, so they do take this one, and then we'll pudding them. And then pass. Because we know that they had the 10 cost Elder event. Or 10, it's not an event. It's basically an event. But a 10 cost 5 Elder card. And so now we can just try and go... you can drop our Odin on the next turn. And then just go... maybe even 5/5. Odin now. I don't know. That seems a little bit crazy. Okay, gotta make these guys a little bit stronger. I have expected another Searcher. We know that. Oh well, that was before I pudding. Okay, they trash a 5 Elders card. That's crazy. Why are they trashing that? Unless do you have to trash the top card of your deck for something? I'm just like, why would you do that? I just don't know. I just don't understand. That's about par for the course. Yeah, we'll eat that. We don't have to eat stuff anymore, though. We have Kikanojo. We probably should have, probably shouldn't have done that, actually. Yeah, here, what dawn are they at? 7? They're at 9 next turn. They can't quite make it. They can't quite do it yet. So we should just swing 6 into 5 here. Try to mitigate anything that might happen. Okay, got a 2K. Cool. And then play out Odin and pass. Here we eat it. For sure, for sure. And this card is our ace up our sleeve, okay? This, if I give into the Force, there'll be no point to my life. I think it's like if I give into power, then what's the point of living is the card in reality. But it makes it so your leader, when your leader attacks, they can't activate blocker. So you have to have 1 or less life cards, but you get to the end of the game, they have all their Elders, but they got 0 life. You just stack it all and go crazy. Go like 13 into lead after this. Pretty solid. Oh, cool. They got rid of the pudding. Not a big deal to me. That is fine. Trash this Stussy for the pudding. Yeah. Well, I'll take that any day of the week. We're definitely taking this first hit though. Because I want that Kikunojo out. That'd be great. So it's always tricky this next turn, whether to go for board or whether to go for life. Like, there is a strong possibility that they have a 10 Elders card in their hand. If they do, it might be worth it to go for board. But who... It's so tricky, y'all. It's just so tricky, this silly game. There's that Kiku we put in there earlier. There they are. We're going to... They don't have blockers, do they? This one's a blocker. Jump up to 7 here. Because my thought is I might be able to banish with Odin. Could go pretty hard. 2 Kikus is nuts. We might end the game right freaking here. Oh shoot. That's devastating for them, actually. Wow. All right, let's get it started off right. Let's go 7 at lead, baby. Oh, they have a blocker, and I can assume that they have a 1-cost event, but they could be faking. They could be trying to get our gourd here. Okay. That means we get to draw a card. 7 at lead. Hey, they block. They block. Okay, 7 at lead. All right. Let's see what they find here. A blocker. That's a 1K. Yeah, I think we go tall. Okay. They're probably going to try and counter out of this, in which case we got to kill Peter. Yeah. We will take the 2K and then slam Peter in the mouth. Because I don't want him being automatic 7. Okay. Pretty good. We have 2 2Ks. We have 1 event that we can trash. There's the 10-cost Elders. So we have 1, 2, 3 that we have to worry about. 3 swings. We just have to get out of 1. And then... Yeah, I think we might win this, y'all. Unless they go for the Kikus. Actually, the best thing to do would probably be go for the Kikunojos. Oh my gosh, yes. So that was a misplay there. I feel like they could have swung first before they used 10 Elders, but maybe not. Maybe they wanted to do that. Yeah, that actually healed us. So, that means that we can't use the unblockable event. But, you know, it happens. Trying to figure out what to do here. Are they going to play another? They just drew a 2K. That's all they have is a 2K. Not allowed. Dang, actually, it might be allowed. Frick. We have to let it go. We didn't have enough to save it. Pretty smart. Let's go gambling. I wish they would have swung at Nami. Kiku, no, not Kiku. We gotta save Kiku. Yeah, we have to save her. That's pretty smart to not swing him to us. Then trash the rush guy to draw a card. Guys, this guy's nutty. Sig with it. Yeah, we're gonna do this. For sure, for sure. Gonna do this for sure, for sure. Grab a 2K. Nuts. And then I think we keep both active just in case we need them. Just in case we need them. So 7, 7. And swing. It's unlikely they have another 10 cost event though, or 10 cost elder. Just from what my thought is. Yeah, okay. Okay. And they have to give us a blocker, right? They give us the one that draws a card? Give us the one that draws a card. Unless they can counter out. And then they can try and split it up. I don't know that's going to work though, friends. I don't think that's going to work for them. Especially if they swing in with the blockers. But if I hold on to one of these, we can end the game. Okay. We go ahead, use card action, get rid of this. A blocker, boom. Boom. Okay. That's just a 2K. Because I'm expecting the rush one too. How much does the rush one cost? 6. Sounds about right. So we can't get out of this, for sure. Trash the Charlia. I wonder if they're still looking for the 6-1. Okay, the blocker. The blocker. So we need them to swing into me 2 more times. Oh my gosh. Gosh. Holy frick. We still might be able to take it though. Here's how. What we do is do first we started off with 7 at lead. They have 3 blockers. Assuming, okay, shoot. Okay, we have to try and kill these guys then. We'll drop this. We'll do this. That fricker. That mother hecker. Yes. Yes. Okay. Huge for us, to be honest. Yeah, they don't have enough. Let's just go in for more. Let's get greedy. Yeah, we'll go here. I mean, they have to. They're gonna block, or give it to me. Just go for board. Go for board, and then they get a draw card. Okay, and then we pass. So we are sitting really, really pretty, friends. Yeah, very, very good. Even if they were to 10 cost Elder Event, hopefully they just swing into life. Literally, they're at 0 life. They can't heal. So all we have to do is just play this freaking card. All we have to do. But can we do it? They're probably thinking about how they get out of this as well. Like, it's funny, I'm not going to use Iori. I'm just not going to. They should pop Yamato. You're like, yeah. If they're going to pop a character, Yamato's the right one. And we'll see if they decide to swing into anything. Yeah, they're not going to swing with their blockers. Yeah, unfortunately, they're just not. Please be Kikanojo. Frick. So this one can be removed by effects. So we can actually bounce this one. And I think that we do. So we bounce. We go... How much was that one? A 1k? I think it's a 1k. 6. Okay. Six or 7 rather. And just pray it's a brick, I guess. We have this ability to heal anyway, so I don't think that even if it's oh geez. Okay, this game is over. I mean, we're just waiting for him to end at this point. The only thing that can save him is the 10 elders. Yeah, that's not gonna do it. That's not gonna do it, actually. Look at all my 0 cost, or my 0 power characters. This is the weakling squad over here. Yamato, Iori, GG's. I don't live next turn. GG. Well played. And good game to my opponent. Unfortunately, he did not see those the 10 cost elders. I mean, he saw 2, but somehow he got into the trash. 3 in the trash. And that pudding was very, very effective, I think, early. And yeah, there we go. Good game to our opponent. GG. All right, so now we're going up against Tony Chopper, this little guy. We're gonna go second, so we're gonna mulligan because I kind of hated that. We had a lot of Hioris, but no Kikanojos. Now we got a Kikanojo, but no Hioris. This deck chucks out bodies fast. It is just constantly throwing out things. And so we got to be very, very careful not to fall into any silly traps. That sucks we don't have a 2-Don turn, but we got some good 4-Don turns. But, you know, it happens. Yeah, we're going to play another animal here. And then swing in, right? We will counter out of this. Probably give a Kikanojo. Yeah, we'll use our card action, give a Kikanojo to bump up to 7, and then pass. Now, we do want to kill their life cards. We really want to really bad. Hopefully they take this, because we want that Kikunojo to be able to heal. And great. Not a big deal. Let's just play it out. Okay. Raw play Kikunojo and see what transpires. Now this deck loves to go wide, which is really not super great versus Nami. Nami's pretty good at dealing with decks that like to go wide, because since she can boost herself up to a 7k. Now unfortunately we did not do that this turn, so we're gonna have to counter out of things, but not too many things. What's this? A 5k and a 5k? Yeah, they're currently searching to play out another character. Kind of crazy if you ask me. All right, put those things on the bottom of the deck. We're going to go ahead and go. Okay. And then we will take one. And then we'll get rid of Fiore here. Yeah. I don't want too many, though. Don't want to get too crazy with it. Perfect. Okay. So, here we go. We play out Yamato. Boom. Give us something to work with. Let's go ahead and go 6 into lead. And they're going to have the animal event pull one out, aren't they? Oh, Rad Beam. Wait, there's the shut up and come with us. Blocker. You gotta be kidding me. Jeez Louise. Okay, my gosh. I want them to be at 3 lives. Kikunojo works. They counter out of everything. What the heck? Come on. Don't do this to me. We're gonna go ahead and pick an Otama up here. Just for the 2k, because I'm nervous. I'm nervous about how wide they're gonna go. Luckily though, I mean, yeah, I guess they're gonna search, and they got a Chopper Man. And then they can play out the Chopper Man. No, they can't. He's 6k. Right, it has to be 4,000 or less. But you get to search. Oh, you get to search it. Yeah, I don't know. There's Chopper Man. Doo-diddle-doo. And yeah, you can't play out anything else. But it's time to go wide, baby. I feel so bad for Kiku. Oh, we're definitely gonna use our ability here. I think we do give up the Kikunojo, because I want to swing board. Now that they've kind of completely emptied out their hand, I think that it's fine to just go board. Like, yeah, we can eliminate most of their stuff, actually, because they don't have any counter events. They got nothing. Yeah, so that's why they decided to do this, actually, which is crazy. Let's go 5 and 4. Then we go 6 at lead. Then we go, oh cool, we go draw a card there. 6 at lead. And then we play out this bad boy and pop her right back to the top of life. We heal. We healed. So they got 3 cards now because they had to eat that life. But it's still going to be really hard for them to go really wide. I love this Tony Chopper. This works great in this deck too. with all that restanding of Dawn. They're gonna go real wide. It's gonna be a lot of Dawn. But the fact that we get to bump up to 7 means that we get to counter out stuff way easier. And if they go too wide, we'll swing right back. We'll swing right back. We have Newgate next turn, which would be super crazy. Yeah, can't be doing that. We're just gonna go to 7 here. I think we give up our 1 gay and just keep all the 2 gays. Right? Though it's a blocker. I don't know. We're doing pretty hot. Might not need it. Yeah, we'll take the Yamato. We'll give you Yamato. And have a Hiyori. And are these for events? If he swings in 5, okay. Oh, we're keeping her. You are not allowed to take that Yamato from me. Nuh-uh. No way, Jose. We may be able to finish this right now. We might be able to, and we even have the insurance policy in case we don't. We'll trash this. Boom, boom. Boom. And we'll start it off. We could just go wide, though. We could just go for board. Yeah, I feel like not going for board is pretty greedy. Let's do this. Yeah, I don't want to be too greedy. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. Okay, then we'll pass. So we could swing in there with Momonosuke, but just having him available to block is probably just better. And these guys, yeah, okay, this one can set up himself as active. Not anybody else. Let's see what she picks out here. All right, Nami, what are you pulling out? What do you got? You got a rad beam? Let's go, baby. That's radical. Radical. All right. Give that rested Dawn to those little guys. Are you gonna actually swing? I feel like a great thing is just instant block. Just instant block. Not a big deal. We'll give you a 2K for that one. No blocker. Here, have an Otama. Have an Otama. And then that's gonna be 6. Have another Otama. I kind of just don't want her to die. Feel me? Yeah, if I can spend everything on it, this is crazy actually. Nutty work, to be honest. Okay, the blocker is rested. That blocker is rested. So let's just split it. let's split it here. So we could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. No, let's go like 9, 9, 9, 12. Let's do it and see what happens. Okay, they got out of that one. That means they can't get out of anything else, basically. So we can go 6, actually. 6. And then we can go this many. And then this many. GG to my opponent. Well played. It's just so hard to go wide against Nami in general. But excellent work to the Chopper. Yeah, good game. Yo, crazy shout out to you for making it this far into the video. What do you think of the deck list? What would you change? What would you add? This is a really, still, I want to stress this, friends. I'm not saying that this one counters the meta. I made some bold claims in my Yamato video. I'm not making that in this video. I think that Nami is a really fun deck, but I don't think that this build in particular, at least, has the sauce that it takes to deal with the very top decks of the format. But if you want a really fun time at locals, this could definitely win locals for sure. I really love the Wano package and all the healing and stuff. It's really, really fun. Let me know what you thought, yeah, in the comments down below. Also in the comments down below, if you're already down there, go ahead and like and subscribe, because yo, we passed 900 subscribers. That's crazy to me. Y'all are the best. Shouts out to you. We're well on our way to 1,000. I just cannot wait. And I'm just so thankful for all the support that you have shown me in making these One Piece videos. I love One Piece and I love sharing it with you. So thank you very much for the support. And it is like just recognition that I'm on the right track with this channel. And yeah, it means a lot to me. But also, while you're down there and liking and subscribing, I have made a locals tracker spreadsheet. Now, this is pretty boring stuff unless you're a nerd like me. But if you want to, you can open up the spreadsheet, copy it for yourself, and fill in your own information to track your local wins. For instance, I have it set up so that I can see my win percentage based on the filters that I choose, like what deck is my opponent playing, what deck am I playing, etc. So if that would interest you, go ahead and look down below. I also have my TCG Player store where I sell cards. If anything down there interests you as well, that would be pretty cool. And also, I'm thinking about doing a giveaway soon, so make sure that you stay tuned for that. I have a card that I'd like to give away once we reach 1,000 subscribers, and I'm going to brainstorm ideas of how I want to do the giveaway. But anyways, thank you so much. Make sure that you remember to swing tall, and I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.